everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off.
Honestly, the only thing that's gonna redeem Mappa, in my eyes, as far as I'm concerned, is if they do a good Rose of Versailles adaptation. Because I know, oh my god, I was so mad. I was like sending it to all my friends when I saw the trailer for Rose of Versailles and I saw Mappa's name in the end of the trailer. I was like low-key really pissed. I was all like, really? They're going to readapt Rose of Versailles? Really? It's Mappa that's doing it and they're gonna make it a movie, right? They better not fuck this up. I'm gonna be so mad if they fuck it up. Like, genuinely angry if they fuck it up. Let's see next year if they can redeem themselves with Rose of Versailles. Okay. Hello everyone, Lucy here. Today, I am here from Versailles. I am in Versailles right now, and I am here to complain to you about the Rose of Versailles movie. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so I now have generational beef with Studio Mappa. 100%. I have generational beef. I just want to talk, okay? I just want to talk. Like, CEO, Mr. CEO of Mappa. Hi, hello, hi. I just want to talk. No. Control. I'm okay. I'm calm. I'm chill. I'm calm. I'm chill. I'm okay. Okay, so, spoilers ahead. Quick rundown. Rose of Versailles is a manga. It has been around for a very long time. I'm not entirely sure, around 40, 50 years, give or take. Came out sometime in like the 70s or whatever. It's a manga that has reached critical acclaim, is amazing, influential, especially for shoujo manga. It started a whole new movement of shoujo manga with the Year 24 group and everything. It's a great manga. Was adapted into an anime. I have not seen the anime. I have read the manga. I have not seen the anime all the way through. I have seen a few episodes of the anime, but I have not finished it. The anime also went crazy. From what I've heard, a lot of people love the anime too. It's amazing. It's great. It's just influential, man. Like, it has influenced shoujo manga that has come after it. It has influenced some magical girl stuff that's come after it. It has influenced just a lot. It has so much influence. Like, the author of Berserk said that Rose of Versailles was one of his inspirations for Berserk. Like, it infects everything. Okay, it's huge. It's big. It's like Go Nagai's contributions to anime and manga. Okay, it's like huge and influential. And it's great. It is genuinely such a good manga. It's about Marie Antoinette and a original character named Oscar. It's about from the time that Marie Antoinette first comes to Versailles to get married to Louis, all the way up until she is beheaded. We all know the story of what happens to Marie Antoinette. We all know what happens during the French Revolution. And we also see the story through Oscar's eyes as she goes from a noble to sympathizing with the citizens and the commoners and everyday folk to eventually turning on all of the other nobles and the royalty in order to try to fight on the side of a liberated France, of a better France for the people and of the revolution. Like, that is the whole story, right? That is the whole thing. Once again, I am going to get into spoilers, whatever. If you've never seen, read, heard Rose of Versailles, I highly recommend it. Please do yourself a favor. Go read Rose of Versailles right now. Okay, like, some of the scanslations, especially at the beginning, are a little bit wonky, but it's okay. It is totally okay. If you don't want to scanslate it, it's available from Udon Manga or whatever. You can buy the volumes. I read most of it through the volumes, but I also read some of the scanslation, like, way back in the day, and I don't have all the volumes, so I had to go back and reread certain parts. And just please, do yourself a favor. Go read Rose of Versailles right now. Right now. Right now. Anyway. Also, this is no hate to people who like the movie, okay? I have seen not a lot of discourse. I have seen some people saying that they like the movie. I have seen some people saying that they hate the movie. I've seen some people saying that they feel about the movie. So, like, however you feel about the movie, those are your feelings. Enjoy yourself. If you unironically like the movie, that's great. I also unironically like movies that other people consider trash, and I will argue and defend till the day that I die. So, whatever. Have fun. Go nuts. Show nuts. Enjoy yourself. Okay? But I have beef. I have beef with this movie. I have so much beef with this fucking movie. Okay. Let's just get into it. The Rose of Versailles movie. Okay. It's a musical. Let's just get that out of the way. Right here, right now. It's almost 2 hours long. It's a musical. Again, I'm a theater kid. my last video was about a musical that I enjoyed because I enjoy musicals. I do. I enjoy musicals. I love them. Mwah! Good old-fashioned musical. Beautiful. Love it. This was a bad musical. It was so bad. It was so bad. Okay, so when I saw the first trailers for Rose of Versailles, when I saw the first trailers for the Rose of Versailles movie, right, I heard the song playing in it. And I thought, okay, the song is whatever. It sounds like a generic kind of like poppy song. And I was like, whatever. They're probably going to use that for the end credits or the opening credits. Whichever one. They're going to use that for like the opening and end credits. And then we're going to get Rose of Versailles. Like the story, right? That was the first song in the movie. I was correct. It was part of the opening credits. All of the music in the movie fucking sounds like that. All of the music. It's bad. I'm sorry. It's bad. It's just bad. Because the thing is, look, I don't care for a lot of really poppy, like, you know, like musical numbers or whatever. I don't like the Mean Girls musical. I have low-key beef with the dude that made Cats. Like, you know, like I love musicals, but there are musicals that I have beef with, you know? Okay, that's fine. That's whatever. My problem is threefold. Okay, first, the fact that it's a musical, I have no beef with it. I know that there has been musicals made of Rose of Versailles before, like the Zuka Review musicals. I can't remember how to pronounce their name properly right now, so I'm just going to call them the Zuka Review. You probably, if you don't know who they are, all-women troupe that does musicals. Beautiful, astonishing, amazing. They have done an amazing job before. Clap, 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 clap. Great. Like, clap, 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 clap. Great. Okay. There have been good musical adaptations of Rose of Versailles before, as far as I know. And I understand. Rose of Versailles is a very long story. It's long, it's complex, and there's a lot of characters. There is a crazy amount of characters. Like, there is a big cast, you know? The main core four that they focus on in the movie are Oscar and Andre and Marie Antoinette and Fersen. And whatever. I get it. You know, it's fine. Like, those are the main characters or whatever. I totally understand. I totally get it. My problem is, A, the music sucks. It's kind of, all of the music is more or less generic pop music. Some of the parts of the soundtrack, like the instrumentals, are good. They're fine. Like, I love some of like the violins. I love some of the tense music that they use in tense scenes and stuff like that. I think that was fine. My problem is all of the singing. Okay, so my problem with the singing is this. They didn't really integrate it into the movie properly. So you would expect to see the characters themselves singing, or you would expect to see, like, if it's a Greek chorus or something, you would see the actions that are happening while the song is playing, but you know that somebody is singing, you know? Think of like Disney's Hercules, okay? This isn't, like, follow where I'm going with this. There is two types of songs in that movie. There is the songs where the people have to stop what they're doing and then sing their feelings or sing what it is that's going on with them. So, for example, like, when Meg is singing about how she's in love with Hercules. And then there's the Greek chorus sections where the actual Greek muses are singing what's going on. They're sort of like the narrators in the story, right? And, like, they don't always narrate, like, everything that's going on. And you don't always see the character sing or whatever. But it is very clear, like who is singing at this particular point in time. If it's the Greek chorus or if it's one of the characters, it is very clear throughout the film who is the one that's singing, what it is that they're singing about, right? Like, and even if the visuals don't actively show you whoever's singing, we know what's going on. So another example would be in Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? In the beginning of the movie, it's kind of like a Greek chorus, and they introduce you to the guy who's singing, but it's clear that it's like kind of all of France collectively who's singing. They're like a Greek chorus, and he's kind of speaking for the people, right? And it's made relatively clear who is singing, what it is that they're singing about. In the Rose of Versailles movie, they do not have that. Okay, so, for example, the beginning song is supposed to be sung by all of the various characters of the Rose of Versailles. whatever. It's like a Greek chorus kind of thing. That's fine. And then we see all of the stuff happening with the characters. That's fine. But then Marie is supposed to have a song. You wouldn't know this because it is not made clear who was supposed to be singing. Marie is supposed to be singing. We don't see her sing. We don't have any context for what's going on. We don't even know what's really happening. It's played like an AMV. And look, I also like AMVs. That's fine. I enjoy them. The problem is that this is a bad one. This is so bad. The editing is just kind of all over the place. We don't actually know what's going on. Sometimes the lyrics for what she's singing makes no sense with what's going on screen that we can see. And it doesn't match. It does not match anything that's going on at all. It is not coherent. It is not, it makes no sense. And this issue is a consistent issue. We will get a scene and a half, maybe, if we're lucky, of what's happening in the story. And then it'll be interspersed with another, like, AMV. And they only slow down and stop. There was only one scene. I counted. There was only one scene in which somebody was actually shown singing. And then it turned into a chorus, and it was made clear that it was supposed to be all of France singing. And that was the only part, the only musical number that I actually enjoyed was that scene, because we actually knew who was singing. It was Bernard, and we know who else is also singing along with him. It was a chorus of everybody in France. That was great. It was everyone in Paris. That was a good musical number. Everything else, mess. It's just, the musical numbers were bad. The animation following it was gorgeous, but it made no sense in context with the musical number. And it was just a mess. It was not only that, but it was just bad. Like, towards the end, there's a very tense scene. As I said, I'm going to get into spoilers, but whatever. There's a really tense scene where Oscar is, like, dealing with, she's, like, going through it, and then they start playing, like, a generic pop song, another generic pop musical number, and it's like, why are you playing that? Like, it was so beautiful. It was such a good, intense scene, and then they start playing, like, a pop music? They start playing pop music? Oh my god. Oh my god. It made me, I wanted to go through the screen and shake whoever was in charge of this decision and be all like, why? It's not integrated. Like, if you're gonna make a musical, go whole hog with it. If you're going to not make a musical, then just don't make one. Don't intersperse random pop numbers into it. And not only that, but they weren't even interspersed well. They were not interspersed well. And you know how I could tell they were not interspersed well? Because there are so many other movies that have put in like pop music, especially like recent pop music, into their movies and made it work. Like all of the Shrek movies do a great job of putting in the music wherever it is that they're necessary. And the musical numbers make sense and they work. Like we all know the holding out for a hero scene in Shrek 2. Okay, it is peak cinema because they knew what they were doing and they put in the music that made sense. And like, it was good. Rose of Versailles did not do that. Oh my god. And Rose of Versailles movie did not do that. They didn't care. They just put in music randomly in certain parts. And I'm sorry, but a lot of the music is bad. Okay, it's bad. It is the most generic, boring, bland bad, to the point where I genuinely cannot remember a single song that played throughout the entirety of that movie. Okay? That's not good. When you come out of a musical, you should at least have one song that got stuck in your head. Like, when I watched Wicked, I can't remember a lot of the songs, but I do remember the ending song to a certain extent, and I remember Popular, and I remember a little bit of the opening number. Like, there are certain songs that I remember, and in all these other things, there has to be at least one song that you remember. I don't remember any of them. It's that bad. I don't remember a single song that played in that movie. And just to give you how bad it was, I rewatched the movie, literally right now. I finished rewatching it about 20 minutes ago. I don't remember anything. I don't remember a single song out of that movie. I remember more or less what happens because I read the manga and I know what was going on, but nothing. My second point of contention, my second issue is how rushed it is, okay? And look, again, Rose of Versailles is long. There's a lot of characters and it's a long story, okay? I was not expecting them to be able to shove the entire story of Rose of Versailles into a movie. Like, I had my expectations tempered, especially when I saw that Studio Mappa was doing it. I was like, okay, that's whatever, that's fine. Like, Studio Mappa, I have beef with them, but I'm going to put my beef aside, putting it aside for a little while. I'm going to look at this movie with an open mind. And I also thought to myself, okay, I know, Rose of Versailles is a long story. It is very long. They cannot fit the entire story of the Rose of Versailles into a movie. in a single 2-hour movie. So I was under the impression that two things were going to happen. One, they would cover the very beginning of the story as far as they possibly could. And then, if it worked out really well, they would make a sequel movie. That they would kind of Sailor Moon it, you know? Like how Sailor Moon turned from an anime series and then they just started releasing a bunch of movies instead. I figured, okay, they're going to cover maybe an arc, 2, if we're lucky. They'll cover some stuff. And then when that's done, they're going to make another movie to cover the next arc or the next 2 arcs, or depending on the pacing, however much they're able to fit. I thought, okay, we might get some stuff covering the whole first part of Rose of Versailles. And then when I saw the trailer, I saw Oscar dueling Alan, or Elaine, or however the fuck you pronounce his name. I'm not French. Alan. I'm just gonna call him Alan. I saw her dueling him, so I thought, oh, okay. Maybe instead what they'll do, they will just hit the most important story beats. It'll be a bit rushed, but they'll hit just the most important stuff. So my expectations were they will show at least a little bit of the beginning. Then they might skip ahead to when Marie Antoinette is marrying Louis. Then I thought they might skip ahead again. They might rush through Countess du Barry and all that. Like, they'll show her, they'll introduce her, and then they'll just rush through that whole arc as quickly as possible. Maybe make it like 10, 15 minutes max. Just Marie and the whole Countess du Barry thing. And then I thought they might skip straight to Marie and Louis, like, becoming king and queen. And then they'll skip to the diamond necklace debacle. And then after the diamond necklace bit, that they'll probably skip ahead again to, like, the start of the revolution. And I expected it to either end when Oscar dies, or end, they would try to rush through and get to when Marie Antoinette gets beheaded. But I thought it would make a little bit more sense for them to leave it off at the spot where Oscar dies. I was like, okay, they're probably going to end it in the bit where Oscar dies. And you know what? I was right. They did. They did end it around when Oscar died. So, correct, past me, you were right. But I figured that they would just either skim through and rush through, like, any important arcs, or they wouldn't cover everything, because they just can't. They can't cover everything. I have no beef with them for cutting out certain things. What I have beef with them for is the fact that they cut out a lot of stuff, made the movie, unless you have seen or read Rose of Versailles previously, or you know a lot about the history of pre-revolution France, or Marie Antoinette, it would be difficult for you to understand what the fuck is going on. Because it is very difficult to understand exactly everything that's going on. Like, you see characters and they pop up for like a scene or two and then they disappear. Like, Dewberry, she popped up for like half a scene and was gone. Polignac, like a scene or two, disappeared. Another thing is, I also had a feeling they would not have too much going on with Rosalie. Okay, so there's a character in Rose of Versailles. Her name's Rosalie. She's a commoner girl. She starts out as like a proper commoner, and she's kind of used as a foil for Oscar and Marie Antoinette in order to show the difference between what the commoners are suffering through and what's going on with the nobles and the royalty, right? Like, we see all of that. I read once somewhere that a lot of people hated Rosalie. They thought she was like Scrappy-Doo. They just could not stand Rosalie. They hated her guts. So I thought, okay, if they really hated Rosalie way back when, Rosalie is probably not very popular even now. And as a result, I was like, okay, they might either cut down on a lot of Rosalie's stuff or try to avoid putting her in altogether. And I was correct. They did cut down, and Rosalie was in one singular scene. And that's it. Now, again, I was expecting this. I have no beef with that change. I totally get it. If they feel like Rosalie is super unpopular or whatever, this might not necessarily be true. Like, take this with a grain of salt. I read it once a long time ago when I was like in high school. But I figured if Rosalie's not going to be super popular, they're probably going to avoid putting her in as much as possible. Like, they might cut out a lot of her scenes, or they might like cut down on her being there, right? Okay, that's whatever. That's fine. Who cares? Why is it that the movie pacing just straight up does not make sense? Okay, I understand. Again, I understand. They can't fit the entirety of Rose of Versailles into one movie. I get it. But why the hell? Why the hell would they make the choice that they did? Like, basically, instead of completely just skipping over some parts, like doing like little time skips here and there, they used the AMV sort of musical sections to be the bits where they like basically rapid fire go through certain things, but then they completely skip over certain other things. And as a result, it causes a lot of confusion and it causes a lot of issues because, again, we don't even know who's singing. Like, Marie Antoinette is singing about her feelings and her thoughts about being in Versailles for the first time, but we can't even tell that it's Marie Antoinette and her feelings or anything at all. We just think, okay, like, music started playing, I mean, I guess, and then we're watching it and we're watching Marie like do stuff and we're all like, oh, okay, like, whatever. And it like shows for like 2 scenes, like Countess Dubarry, and that's it. The diamond necklace was completely cut out, which is ridiculous, which is insane, because the diamond necklace is one of the most important parts of the story altogether. And like the pacing is just, it keeps going like breakneck pace and then suddenly slows. Breakneck pace, slow. Breakneck pace, slow. Like, we didn't need a whole scene for what happened with Andre and the horse and all of that mess. Like, they spent a whole actual legitimate scene on that bit. And in all honesty, it didn't need to be as long as it was. It could have been cut down.
I didn't articulate it very well, but what I was thinking is, instead of showing the entire beginning bit with Marie on the horse and everything, they could have cut out that whole thing and then just cut straight to Andre getting yelled at by the king. And they could have included the exposition in Andre getting yelled at, where the king is all like, because of you, like, Marie was on a runaway horse, she could have died, blah, 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 blah. And then Oscar immediately cuts in and is like, hey, like, it's not Andre's fault, like, blame me if you must. And then Fersen cutting in and being like, hey, no, like, it's me. And then Marie like, no, it's me. And then the king like just kind of being like, oh, okay, and then dropping it or whatever, like agreeing to like drop it. And then it can immediately, Oscar gets hurt, and then it cuts straight to Oscar at home with Fersen and Andre, and then Fersen and Andre getting kicked out, and then Fersen being all like, oh wow, Oscar's a woman, and Andre is like kind of laughing. And then you see Andre like think to himself, like, there could have been a bit where Andre is like thinking to himself while Fersen is like just barely finding out that Oscar's a woman. Andre could be like, one day I'm going to give my life for you too, Oscar. Like, because you were willing to give your life for me, I'll give my life for you. I promise. Like, he could have made like that little promise right then and there in that scene, and then we could have continued on. And then we would have the context necessary for later on in the movie. But we could have cut out an entire like minute or so of time that didn't really need to be there, because like the exposition would have covered it, and the exposition could have been quick. It could have been like a single sentence. It didn't need to be really long. So it's like, to me, it's like that scene is an example of how some of the time is wasted in this movie. Like, they waste the time on certain specific, like notably sort of important bits, but they're not really using the time well, and they're not using the time wisely, especially given the runtime that they're given, and especially considering the fact that they can't really do too much, you know? It's like, you have a limited amount of time to be able to make this movie. It wasn't even a full 2 hours long, mind you. It was an hour, 50 something minutes. So it's like, it's not even a full 2 hours, but they're wasting time on these silly things, but then they're like skipping through and skimming through like other stuff that's important, and then they like waste more time, and then they skip again, and then it just keeps going back and forth. Like, it's the same issue as I have with what happened with Girardel, where Girardel like offered to marry Oscar. I feel like they could have cut that down even more. Like, I know that they skipped some stuff having to do with that whole thing, but they could have cut it down a bit more and still made it coherent. And instead of doing that, in order to make sure that other stuff also gets shown too, like, they just right past it. Like every possible chance they could have gotten to write something a little better or fix the pacing was apparently just tossed out. And it makes me so mad. Anyway, no, that's all I had to say. Okay. Back to regularly scheduled programming.
Instead, they decided to lengthen that scene, but then toss out the entire diamond necklace debacle? Like, okay, I guess. I suppose. I mean, I guess. I mean, anyway. I know, it's like, there were just so many decisions and choices that were made in this movie that made absolutely no fucking sense. They made no goddamn sense at all. And as a result, it makes the movie really, really confusing for just in general. Like, there's a lot of stuff that is really confusing. Like, I rewatched it, right? I watched it like 2, maybe almost 3 times at this point, specifically to make this video. the first time around that I watched it, I understood what was going on because I had read the manga, but there were a lot of bits that just didn't make any sense to me. I was like, okay, why are they playing music here? Like, why is there singing here? Who is singing? I don't know. I can't tell. And that just kept happening. And literally, I was very disappointed and I disliked the movie all the way up until the last, like, maybe half hour. From the scene that Oscar and Andre sleep together on, the movie is actually pretty good. It's good. From that point on, the movie is pretty good. Up until they start playing that weird generic pop music again, and then I'm all like, okay, like, why did they have to, like, they ruined what I felt was a beautiful scene with that random generic pop music. And then they just, like, sparks notes the rest of what happened with the French Revolution. Like, literally, the end of the movie, there's no voiceover, there's no nothing, it's just music, a bunch of random images, and then them saying, okay, so then this is what happened after that, and this is what happened after that, and blah, blah, blah. It's just text. Text on text on text on text on text. And it's all like, why are you doing this? Okay, like, this didn't, what? Like, why are you doing it like this? Why are you just getting still images of stuff that happened in France, and then just a huge wall of text during your credits? During the credits, like, why? Why is it like this? Like, they used up all of their time to try to shove the whole story in. And it would have been much better if they had just picked like an arc or two and then covered that instead. Like, why? Why did they make this decision? Why did they have to try to shove the whole story into a single movie? And not only that, but what pisses me off the most about this is it's supposed to be an anniversary movie, okay? It's supposed to be an anniversary thing. And it's like, this wasn't an adequate anniversary thing. What? It's like, it pissed me off. Like, Cutie Honey Universe also, like, irritated me because I felt like it wasn't very good at adapting the original Cutie Honey manga. Like, it was very close to the original Cutie Honey manga, but it felt kind of lackluster. Like, the people working on it were just working on it for the sake of doing it. But, like, it wasn't nearly as bad as the Rose of Versailles, like, anniversary movie. Like, oh my god, I have seen way better anniversary projects for the anniversaries of, like, certain things or, like, certain whatevers. But, like, this? Why was it like that? Why? Oh my god. It makes me so mad. It pisses me off so bad because it's like, this movie didn't need to be bad. It didn't need to be as bad as it was. And it was terrible. It was just, it sucks. It sucks so much. And the thing is, it's like, the animation is gorgeous. The animation is beautiful. I have no beef with that. It's like, why did you waste your budget and time and all of this stuff on this lackluster movie? Like, why did you try to rush and shove everything into the movie that shouldn't have been rushed and shoved? Like, we know that it's long. We know that you can't do the whole thing. Like, it's not realistic. So then why was it made this way? Why was it done like this? And then they're all like, I read somewhere, again, take this with a grain of salt, this might not be necessarily accurate, but I read somewhere that they made the movie in order to test and see, oh, are people interested in possibly getting a remake, like a whole anime remake? We made the movie in order to test the waters. And it's like, you guys made a movie that fucking sucks in order to test the waters. That does not inspire any level of confidence in any possible remake of The Rose of Versailles. Like, I would not mind if Rose of Versailles got a remake, because it would get more people interested in watching Rose of Versailles or possibly reading it, because it's a great story. It's a beautiful, amazing story, and I love it so much. And it's like, they could bring a whole new set of people who maybe don't want to read the original manga because they feel like it's a little long, or they don't want to watch the original anime because they feel like the animation is too dated or whatever. Because there are people like that. There are people who refuse to watch anime from like 2000 whatever, because they're all like, oh no, the animation just looks so bad, it's so dated. And it's like, well, this could bring a whole other generation of people to, like, maybe be interested in watching or reading The Rose of Versailles, which I think is wonderful. I think that's great. But, like, the fact that this movie was just so bad, like, how do I know that the remake is going to be given any level of respect or any level of decency? Because it's also like, it's something I noticed with Mappa, is that Mappa made Banana Fish, right? Like, they animated Banana Fish. Something I noticed, because I read the Banana Fish manga. I haven't completely finished it because, like, there's a certain point that I get to in the manga where I'm just like, I'm not sure I can complete it. Like, oh my god, it stresses me out. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I can finish it. But I read through the manga and then I watched through the anime. And I noticed that the anime kind of rushes. It's going at, like, a really fast pace, and then they cut out, like, They cut out some stuff and they tried to like streamline it and make it go as fast as possible. But for the most part, they managed to keep in all the stuff that they need, right? And I noticed that they rushed through Banana Fish, and I have no problems with the way that they rushed through Banana Fish, because again, Banana Fish is also very long, and there's also a lot of stuff going on, and there's also a lot of details. But like noticing that they rushed Banana Fish, and then they make this horrible Rose of Versailles that is also crazy rushed. But then for the Chainsaw Man anime, they just completely killed all the momentum, and the pacing was so slow for no reason. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't inspire confidence in me. It makes me feel like they didn't really want to make a Rose of Versailles movie at all. It makes me feel like they didn't even want to work on this project, but they decided, oh, Rose of Versailles is influential. It's huge. It's like a legacy series. We would get so many eyes on it. We would be able to like push ourselves a little further because like Rose of Versailles is so well known, especially in Japan. We'll be able to like, you know, beef up our reputation with it. But like, it sucks. It's just bad. It's bad. Okay, it's like you guys didn't want to make this movie. You just saw dollar signs in your eyes, or you thought you would get some level of prestige, and you decided that you would make this movie. And it's like, there was no love in it. There was no happiness. There was no anything in it. Like, the closest thing to a good bit was in the end. The end, the final half hour of the movie is the only good part of the whole fucking movie. And the fact that I had to sit through nearly an hour and a half, almost 2 hours worth of movie before it started to get good. That's just disgusting. Like, I have no other words for it. It's disgusting. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm sorry. This is like an angry whatever video, but like, I hate it. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about it. Like, it could have been good. It really could have been good. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so upset. Anyway, don't waste your time watching the Netflix Rose of Versailles if you haven't already. If you've already seen it, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Like, thank you for your service. I'm sorry for your loss. But it's not good, man. It's not good. If you unironically like it, I'm so glad for you. Good. Please continue unironically enjoying it. Like, be cringe and free. That's what I am. I have no words. I have no more words. I have gotten past the point of being angry and being able to articulate it. I'm going through the phases of grief right now. I am currently in. I've gone past denial. I'm in like just shut down. Whatever stage of grief that is, I'm in like just completely shutting down. I can't. Like depression, I guess. Fucking whatever. Anyway, please go read Rose of Versailles or watch the original series. I heard that it doesn't completely follow the manga, but it's also influential in its own right, and it's also great as far as I could tell. But please don't waste your time on the movie. Just don't. Maybe watch the Zuka musicals. I don't know. Like, if you like musicals, maybe watch the Zuka musicals. Maybe they're better. I'm not sure, but like, I haven't seen them myself, but I've heard good things. So I've heard that Zuka are really good at what they do. So maybe watch that. I can't with it anymore. And I guess do something nice. Pet a dog. Play with a cat. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I hate Studio Mappa. I hate Studio Mappa. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Find something fun to do, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys another day, hopefully under better circumstances. Okay. Bye-bye. Ugh. Oh my god. I can't.
Yes, Queen, slay, slay, slay your enemies, raise up your army, take your rightful place upon the throne.
Let's